Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Dear Sri Hemant Bhai Desai, dear Sri Arun Bhende, dear Sri Paranj Bey, other dignitaries present here, dear friends, and particularly the students who are going to receive the awards today, as well as their teachers and parents, and all the other dear friends. I am extremely happy to be here this afternoon. At the outset, I would like to congratulate Dhirubhai Ambani Foundation for giving me this opportunity of meeting you all. I would like to congratulate Dhirubhai Ambani Foundation for undertaking this noble project for last 12 years. I was very happy to know about 5,200 students have been already felicitated during last 12 years. It's a very, very noble endeavor. It needs to be congratulated. Only I would like to make a humble suggestion. Just now we had a very beautiful film, short, sweet film on Dhirubhai Ambani. And it has been shown how with the indomitable spirit the dreams come true and how he has fulfilled the dream. And I was very happy to know that Mukesh Bhai Ambani has become now the richest person in the world, trillionaire, and Bill Gates has been fallen behind. That's a very good news. So I want to make a suggestion. This is a very noble endeavor. This is the best way in which the profits realized by Reliance can be diverted for a very profitable cause. There cannot be a more profitable business than, as far as earning punya is concerned, and merits is concerned, there cannot, and earning eternal happiness and peace is concerned, there cannot be more profitable business than doing service to mankind. And in that also, the best and the most noble service would be educational service. And that is felicitation of these brilliant students. Swami Vivekananda said, education alone is the panacea for all our evils. All the problems, there is not a single problem on the earth cannot be solved by education. And I am so happy that Dhirubhai Ambani, who could not pursue his studies, but then with the Dhirubhai Ambani Foundation, so many students are able to study. I was just going through the report this morning when I came here for the talk on management to the Reliance Industries. They gave me the report. What a wonderful way in which the schools are being operated. And so thousands of students are getting educated. Not only that, the brilliant students of the whole area, of the nearby areas, the nearby regions, are getting felicitated and are getting motivated, are being motivated. That's wonderful. So my humble suggestion is, please, Mukesh Bhai is not there and I don't know whether the message reaches or not. Please try to make the rich message. That the best way is wonderful work that you are doing. May you have more profits. May you become more and more advanced in getting the money. But then, this is the best way in which you can utilize your profits, the excess. So, this particular noble activity should be further enlarged. The area to be enlarged, number of students to be enlarged, and also the amount should be also increased because inflation has come. And so, and let them get noble books. Of course, I am coming now from Calcutta. I had gone to Calcutta for attending Heads Conference. I am not coming from Baroda directly. Had I come from Baroda directly, I would have brought many more books for all these participants. And I would have myself given for encouragement. When we also have felicitation of brilliant students every year, we give a lot of books and photographs, which will be a treasure for them throughout their life, and which will make them think big and achieve big. Such types of books of Swami Vivekananda, inspiring books and photographs we give. But unfortunately, because I am coming directly from Calcutta, I requested our friends to send a small bookshop so that we could purchase the books. Plus, there is a small book that we will be giving on behalf of Ramakrishna Mission. You will be receiving a small book, Shakti Dai Vichar. It's a giving the message, thoughts is a translation of the book Thoughts of Power, being the selected very inspiring quotations from the complete works of Swami Vivekananda spread out in 9 volumes. Very nice book. Small book, like an atom bomb. Atom bomb is very powerful, but though it is small, but very powerful. Whenever you are in depression, જ્યારે જ્યારે તમારા મનમાં થોડી નિરાશા હોય, ચોપડી વાંચી લેવાની શક્તિદાયી વિચાર, શક્તિનું ઇન્જેક્શન લાગી જશે. એકદમ શક્તિનું ઇન્જેક્શન લાગશે. શક્તિદાયી વિચાર. Very beautiful book. So this small book, I will request all the participants will be getting small book. Read it one sentence every day. 1 minute you have to spare. I know you are having shortage of time, but 1 minute you can spare for me. Now you spare for me, then you will understand how much it is beneficial to you. Of course, now the English books are not there. Later on we can give you English books also. You approach us, we will send you English books. So, Thoughts of Power, Shaktidayi Vichar. And a beautiful photograph of Swami Vivekananda. Put it on the wall, wherever you are sitting. See that photograph. See the bright eyes of Swami Vivekananda. You will feel the energy coming to you. And the power coming to you. He was energy personified, the power personified. And that is why Swami Vivekananda's birthday, 12 January, is celebrated as National Youth Day, as you know, every year. On 12 January 1863 he was born. And that is why we had a National Youth Day celebration on 12 January 2006 when Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam came to Porbandar. At the time I was in charge of Porbandar, now I am in charge of Baroda. And he came there and inaugurated Vivekananda Institute of Value Education and Culture and talked to 5,000 youths. And a very inspiring speech he gave. How Swami Vivekananda inspired Jamshedji Tata while traveling from Japan to Vancouver in a ship to start Indian Institute of Science. And all these things he told. And then he answered very many important questions raised by the students. And there he told one thing, because very relevant for the topic today. He told, small aim is a crime. He taught the topic of his talk was indomitable spirit, the same topic with which the film was shown. And he told that dream. Dreams transform themselves into thoughts, and thoughts transform themselves into action. If you want to have great achievements, you must have great dreams and great efforts, and certainly you will get the great achievements. So greater achievements, dream high. That was his talk. And then at the end, he told all the youths to take 10 oaths. Out of that, a few oaths are related to the theme that was told. Very beautiful cultural program. I want to congratulate the students who gave the beautiful cultural program, Satyameva Jayate. He taught how to remove corruption. He said, every student will take an oath. I will be honest and I will try to remove corruption. How can you remove corruption? You are only students. How can you remove corruption? He gave a beautiful reply. He gave a beautiful suggestion. He said, there are 100 crores of people in our country today. That is 1,000 million people. That makes it about 200 million families, taking average of 5 persons. 200 families. All the families are not corrupt. Only a few families are corruptible. Now, the children, the students can tell their parents, Mummy, please don't do it. Of course, it is Papa who does more. Papa, don't do it. Can you say that? Then he asked. If you can say that, why? And they will not listen to anybody. They will not listen to the lawmakers, but they will listen to you. Why? Because you love them and they love you. It is only the language of the love that will work miracles. So tell your parents, this is how you can, but before that, you must also be honest. If you are copying in the examination, telling Papa not to do any unfair means of earning business or running business, earning money, that will not do. You have to follow yourself. This is what he told, and also gave various suggestions how you can do social service. You must make at least 10 persons literate. 10 persons literate. And at least 10 trees to be planted by every student. If that is done, all our problems of environment, pollution, at least in India, will be solved. And today, we are becoming a developed country. We are a developing country. We want to make it a developed country by 2020. Maybe it may become earlier also. we are becoming superpower, economic superpower. But as on today, it's very shameful. 35% of the people are illiterates in our country. Highest number of illiterates in the whole world. That's a shame. And 25% below poverty line. So we have to remove this blot on this. Swami Vivekananda said, as long as millions of our people are living below poverty line, as long as millions of our people are living in ignorance and poverty, I hold every man a traitor who, having been educated at their expense, pays not the least heed to them. As long as millions of our people are living in ignorance and poverty, without education and in poverty, I hold every man a traitor. Every educated man is a traitor who, having been educated at their expense, pays not the least heed to them. Very strong words Swami Vivekananda used. So this is what we have to do. The students can easily do it. So that is the speech that Dr. Kalam gave. We have brought out a video CD. We brought out a book also based on that, Indomitable Spirit. On 22nd August 2006, I was at Rashtrapati Bhavan when he released the book. He says, Swamiji, you have given the name Indomitable Spirit, but my another book, Indomitable Spirit, is coming out in the market. I said, but it is you who gave that name in your speech. I sent you the manuscript and you have given the introduction also. Oh, it's okay. I said, but it is not going to be sold in the market. It is going for free distribution. Okay, that's okay. Then he released the book. Then of course I told him, now you have to come to Baroda. You have come to Porbandar twice, one before becoming president, one after becoming president. Now I have become the head of Baroda Center of Ramakrishna Mission, so you have to come there on 12th January. Say, Swamiji, you know, my term is ending in July, and before that I have to finish a lot of important works. I think it will be difficult. I said, no, we want you to continue as president. He told me, no, Swamiji, I don't want to continue. I am a teacher and I want to remain a teacher. I don't want to continue. President of India. Why? He thinks only 3 persons can make India great. Only 3 persons. When a student asks, Sir, Operation Duryodhana, Operation Chakravyuh and other operations have revealed the tip of the iceberg that is rampant corruption in the country today. As the President of India, how do you feel about it? And where do you think lies the solution? Then Dr. Kalam got up and said, you see, the Parliament has already taken some action. And then he said, then he read out a passage from the book of Swami Vivekananda, in which Swami Vivekananda says, no amount of Parliament acts can make a nation good and can make a nation great. Then what can make a nation good and what can make a nation great? Swami Vivekananda says further, only a large number of good citizens, a large number of good enlightened citizens can make a nation good and can make a nation great. And then he said, he is very frank, though he was president, he told like this, in the whole public meeting, 5,000 students and teachers. He said, and the government cannot produce good people and the government will not produce good people. That also he said. The government cannot produce good people and the government will not produce good people. Then who can do it? Only 3 persons can do it. Who are they? Father, mother and the teacher. Nobody else can do it. That means only if students' character building takes place, the enlightened citizens, they can take their character building only during students. And students' character building will take place through father, mother and the teacher. These are the 3 important ingredients. The students who are going to get prizes, I give them hearty congratulations. But I also give congratulations to their teachers and parents. Without the support of the teachers and parents, they would not achieve this much. So I give congratulations to all of them. My topic that has been given to me is students' participation in social work. A very important topic, and all the students, particularly the brilliant students, if they can understand the importance of doing social service, it will be a great achievement and a great coming forward of the nation. Time being limited, I will just remind you what Swami Vivekananda wrote to Maharaja of Mysore. The Prince of Mysore was a young man. He fell in love with Swami Vivekananda. So he used to keep correspondence with Swamiji. And Swami Vivekananda wrote a very inspiring letter to Maharaja of Mysore. He wrote, "My dear prince, this life is short. The vanities of this world are transient. In this short life, they alone live who live for others. The rest are more dead than alive." Today we find most of the people, dead people, living for themselves. I go to various places all over the country. During last 20 years, I have gone to about more than 1,000 education institutions, talking to them about Swami Vivekananda's message of character building. And you know, youths are same. Either I go to Uttaranchal, UP, Bihar, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Chhattisgarh, of course Gujarat, Maharashtra, anywhere, youths are same. And then I ask them, "अच्छा भैया तुम्हारे जीवन का लक्ष्य क्या है?" Then they reply me, "लक्ष्य क्या है? डॉक्टर बनूंगा, इंजीनियर बनूंगा, चार्टर्ड अकाउंट बनूंगा." They give the whole list. अच्छा वो तो बन जाओगे, उसके बाद बस फिर अपना कैरियर डेवलप करूंगा. फिर अरे कैरियर डेवलप हो जाएगा तो फिर तो पैसा कमाऊंगा, बहुत पैसा कमाऊंगा. फिर अरे जब पैसा आ गया तो मजा ही मजा है, मजा ही मजा है. अच्छा बाद में फिर क्या है? अच्छा ये देश का क्या होगा? देश जाए भाड़ में, मैं तो अपना कैरियर डेवलप करूंगा. और समाज का क्या होगा? समाज जाए भाड़ में, मैं तो अपना कैरियर डेवलप करूंगा. देन आई टोल्ड, अच्छा भैया सुनो, तुम्हारा देश भाड़ में जाएगा और तुम्हारा समाज भाड़ में जाएगा, तुम कहां जाओगे? इतना तो सोचो. अरे अपने आप को बचाने के लिए देश को सोचो. यदि तुम्हारा देश भाड़ में जाएगा, तुम्हारा समाज भाड़ में जाएगा, तो तुम कहां जाओगे? तुम भी भाड़ में जाओगे. तो अपने आप को बचाने के लिए कम से कम देश के लिए सोचो. कैरियर डेवलप अवश्य करो. Yes, we must have career development, but along with that we must have character development. And you must think about the national development. You must think about the others for two things: for the sake of the nation and for yourself also. You may earn a lot of money, but you will not get happiness. Simple, if money could give you happiness, then all the developed countries having highest per capita income would not be printing books. You know what are the books they are printing? How to commit suicide. The complete manual on committing suicide. Suicide users manual. These are the books coming out, selling like hotcake. According to UNESCO report, 54% of the youths in America, Japan and Sweden are not meeting natural death. The cause of the death is suicide. Do you want to go for that? Blind imitation of Western materialistic culture, drug addiction, hate and suicide, or take up the Indian spiritual culture, serve others. And of course you must have career development, of course you must make money, of course you must enjoy life, but not at the cost of others. Don't be self-centered, don't be selfish. That will not give you happiness and peace. That will lead you to suicide, that will lead you to schizophrenia. These are the diseases coming in the Western countries. Let us think about that. We must develop our career, but also develop our character for national development and for getting happiness and peace for ourselves. When Swami Vivekananda came back from America, a young man met him. "Swamiji, I am not having peace of mind. I have gone to various gurus and I am doing like that, but I am not getting peace of mind." Then Swamiji asked, "What are you doing at present?" He said, "Swamiji, whatever my latest guru has told, by that I am doing." You know, nowadays people have a fashion of changing the gurus. Just as changing the cars, change the gurus. So the latest guru has told me, so like that I go, close the doors and windows of my room, and then close my eyes and try to vacate my mind try to vacate all the thoughts from my mind. This is what I am doing. Swamiji said, "My dear boy, if you listen to me, first open the doors and windows of your room. Open your eyes and see who is hungry in the neighborhood, give him a chapati, give him a roti. See in the neighborhood who is sick, give him medicine. See in the neighborhood who is suffering, reduce his suffering. Immediately you will get peace of mind. The surest way of getting peace of mind is to serve others. Start unselfish service, but it must be unselfish service. Start unselfish service from today, immediately you will get peace of mind." This is the message that Swami Vivekananda had given to John D. Rockefeller. When I told this incident in the morning, when Swamiji was in America, at that time the richest person of the world was John D. Rockefeller. But he was very much in trouble and he was contemplating suicide. So somebody told, "Why don't you go to meet an Indian yogi who is staying in my friend's house. Rockefeller said, what? I have to go to a beggar for getting advice? You know, we are all beggars, we are monks. He did not go. But one fine morning, suddenly he came to the place where Swamiji was staying. Called the bell, the butler opened the door, he went inside. Swamiji was not in the drawing room, so he went to the study room where Swamiji was sitting without being announced, but Swamiji was fully engrossed. So he knocked at the table and then Swamiji looked up. Then Rockefeller said, I'm Rockefeller. Swamiji said, what do you want? Rockefeller was not prepared for this type of treatment. Rockefeller means the President of America will get up and here is the fellow telling me what, asking me what do you want? He became very much annoyed. He said, I don't want anything. Then Swamiji said, then why have you come? Now he had no reply. Then Swamiji said, I know Rockefeller why you have come. You have come here because you do not have peace of mind. And then Swamiji started relating many incidents, private incidents of the life of John D. Rockefeller, which no one else knew except him. Then he became excited. Who has told all these things to you? How do you come to know? Then Swamiji smiled and said, do you think it is necessary? I can see through your mind as I can see through a glass almirah. Then Rockefeller was very much excited, very much nonplussed. Then Swamiji said, my dear Rockefeller, I will give a piece of advice. Remember, if you want peace of mind, serve others. If you want peace of mind, remember, you are not the owner of your wealth. You are only a custodian of your wealth. Utilize this money for removing the sufferings of other people, for removing the sufferings of the billions of people, removing their poverty, and immediately you will get peace of mind. There is no other way by which you get peace of mind. Rockefeller was not in a habit to listen to anybody's advice, least of all from a beggar, a monk like us. Immediately left as abruptly as he had come. But after a few days again he came. Again they called the bell. The butler opened the door. He again went inside. Swamiji was not in the drawing room. So he went without being announced into the study room. Swamiji was fully engrossed. Again he knocked at the table. Then Swamiji looked up. Then Rockefeller put a piece of paper in which he had made an announcement of a very huge donation. $1 million he kept for himself. Rest all he said he will give for charity. By 2004 already $30 billion he has given to Melinda and Bill Gates Foundation. And he has implemented what Swami Vivekananda told to John D. Rockefeller, the message of trusteeship management. The same message is now being implemented by Bill Gates, and really now he has also renounced from his Microsoft and his full time he is now with his wife going for charity. He's taken up the message of Swamiji. I was not ready to believe when I heard, when somebody reported that Swamiji telling Bill Gates telling the journalist, I don't go to bed without reading a few pages from the books of Swami Vivekananda. I couldn't believe, because I thought that Bill Gates believes in cutthroat competition. Later on when I heard, yes, he has become the greatest philanthropist in the world. Yes, he must have read the books of Swami Vivekananda, particularly the book of Swami Vivekananda, which is favorite with Bill Gates. It's full of these ideas, noble ideas of serving others. Serve others, immediately you will get peace of mind. Serve others. Service is very important for our life, to make our life sublime, to make our life meaningful. After all, what is the purpose of life? What is the aim of life? You may make millions of dollars, billions of dollars, trillions of dollars. You may have any number of certificates. You may get Nobel Prize. You may get any number of gold medals. What of that? At the end, nothing will go with you. Nothing will go with you. Only Satkarmas will go. Nothing else. Only karmas. Nothing else will go with us. This body will also be burnt away. Only a few, just 1.5 kg of ash. If you are fat, maybe little more. That's all. It is a number of kg ash, that is all the total of it. But your karmas will speak. You will become immortal. Dhirubhai Ambani is today immortal. Dhirubhai Ambani went away. But today, Dhirubhai Ambani's picture we are seeing, Dhirubhai's photograph is here. We are all remembering him because of his good karmas. Not because so many people came and they earned money and they passed away also. Nobody remembers them. But because of the karmas, that he thought that I could not be educated, let others get education. Starting the schools, giving up this philanthropy spirit, that is the real thing. Serving others, that gives you the peace of mind, that gives you real fulfillment of life. Tulsidas ji says, जब तू आया जगत में जग हंसे तू रोए ऐसी करनी कर चलो मरते समय तुम हंसो जग रोए. जब बच्चा आता है ना, पैदा होता है, उमा रोता है, बाकी सब हंसते हैं. वो बेचारा रोता है और बाकी सब हंसते हैं, और वो नहीं रोता है तो बाकी सब रोते हैं। अरे क्या हो गया, डॉक्टर को बुलाओ, इंजेक्शन दो। इंजेक्शन देने के बाद जब बच्चा रोना शुरू किया, अब सब ताली बजाते, बहुत मजा आया। जब तू आया जगत में, जग हंसे, तू रोए, तू अकेला रो रहा था, बाकी सब हंस रहे थे। ऐसी करनी कर चलो, मरते समय तुम हंसते हंसते चले जाओ। मैंने जिंदगी में किसी का बुरा नहीं किया, सारी जिंदगी की दूसरे की सेवा की है, सारी जिंदगी भगवान का नाम लिया, भगवान का काम किया, भगवान के धाम में, आनंद धाम में जा रहे हैं, क्या आनंद है। तुम हंसते हंसते चले जाओ और बाकी सब लोग को रोने दो। कितने अच्छे व्यक्ति थे, ओह हाउ व्हाट ए फाइन पर्सन, व्हाट ए ग्रेट पर्सन ही वाज, कितने बड़े आदमी थे, चले गए, लेट देम वीप, you smile and go. That is the purpose of life. That is fulfillment. Yes, you must achieve high thing, but also don't forget the ultimate aim of life. Ultimate aim of life is to achieve happiness and peace. Not only development of IQ and EQ, but also SQ. This is the latest discovery of the modern science. IQ, intelligence quotient. EQ, emotional quotient, emotional intelligence. Daniel Goleman made a research in 1991 and said EQ is more important than IQ. And now the latest discovery of the modern science is SQ. Dana Zohar, she is a professor in Oxford University. She says neurologically, biologically, physiologically, psychologically, from every point of view, there is a concluding evidence. There is something called SQ, which is the basis of both IQ and EQ. And what is IQ? IQ will tell you how to play the game of life. What is EQ? EQ will tell you how to play the game of life under changed circumstances with changed strategies. And what is SQ? SQ will tell you whether to play the game of life at all or not, and that is your choice. What is the meaning of life? What is the purpose of life? काहे के लिए मैं आया था? मेरे जीवन का उद्देश्य क्या है? जीवन का लक्ष्य क्या है? मैं क्यों यहाँ पर आया पृथ्वी पर? This is what we have to think. That is the purpose of life. Think, that is SQ. यदि SQ develop नहीं हुआ, then our human life is in vain. That is why, lastly, my time is coming to an end. I will give a reminder to my dear friends, young friends, particularly those who are going to get awards today. Thank you, very, very hearty congratulations for whatever you have achieved. Don't be stagnant. Don't think you have achieved very good. But much more. Go forward. आगे बढ़ो. Swami Vivekananda gave the clarion call. Uttisthata, Jagrata, Prapya Vara Nibodhata. Utho, arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. Utho, जागो, और जब तक लक्ष्य प्राप्त न हो जाए तब तक रुकना मत। लक्ष्य प्राप्ति केवल स्टेट अवार्ड पाना लक्ष्य प्राप्ति नहीं है, राष्ट्रीय अवार्ड पाना लक्ष्य नहीं है, इंटरनेशनल अवार्ड पाना लक्ष्य नहीं है, नोबेल प्राइज पाना लक्ष्य नहीं है। दैट इज ऑल दिस। वो उसके प्राप्त करने के बाद सर्विंग अदर्स, सर्विंग द एंड फुलफिलमेंट ऑफ लाइफ, अनंत सुख, अनंत ज्ञान, अनंत आनंद, अचीविंग परफेक्शन लाइफ। Swami Vivekananda said, education is the manifestation of the perfection already in man. Unless you achieve perfection, you have not achieved your goal. Go forward. Achieve more awards. But ultimately, don't stop till you achieve the final award, and that is eternal happiness, infinite knowledge, infinite bliss. That is our aim. Start from where you are. Go forward. I will end with the story of Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna एक कहानी बताते थे। एक कठियारा था, जंगल में लकड़ी काटता था। तो एक दिन एक वहां पर साधु आए, साधु को देखकर नमन किया, साधु बाबा थोड़ा मंत्र दे दीजिए ना, तो मेरा जीवन सफल हो जाए। साधु बाबा ने मंत्र दिया, आगे बढ़ो। इसने सोचा कि ये भी कोई मंत्र है क्या? उसने सोचा कोई संस्कृत का मंत्र होगा, जप करके कि मैं आगे बढ़ूंगा, तो उसने छोड़ दिया। एक दिन बैठा था, उसने सोचा क्या मंत्र दिया था, आगे बढ़ो। अच्छा थोड़ा आगे बढ़ के देखूं तो वो लकड़ी काटता था, वो जंगल से आगे गया, आगे देखा तो चंदन के पेड़। अरे वाह रे वाह, अब कौन ये पेड़ काटे? चंदन का पेड़ काट करके बेचने लग गया। अरे बाबा रे, चंदन के पेड़ काट के तो और माला माल हो गया, बहुत पैसा वाला हो गया, एकदम से पैसा वाला हो गया, बहुत आनंद में हो गया। कई साल बीत गए। एक दिन ऐसे ही सो रहा था, अचानक याद आया, अरे मंत्र क्या था? उसने तो ये नहीं कहा था चंदन के जंगल की तरफ जाना, उसने ये कहा था आगे बढ़ो, और आगे बढ़ा। चांदी की खान आई, अब कौन पेड़ काटने का धंधा करे, चांदी निकाल करके बेचने लगा और धनवान हो गया। कुछ साल के बाद फिर याद आया, आगे बढ़ो कहा था, आगे गया सोने की खान, अब कौन चांदी का है, सोना निकालता गया, सोना निकालता गया और धनवान हो गया। फिर एक दिन सो रहा था, क्या कहा था, आगे बोलो, आगे जाके देखा हीरे और मानिक, अब कौन सोने को पूछता है, सोने का दाम तो जानते हैं ना, उससे भी ज्यादा हीरा मानिक का दाम, डायमंड स्टिल मोर कॉस्टली, यू नो, सम पीपल नाउ दे आर गोइंग फॉर नकली डायमंड, पर असली डायमंड बहुत बहुत कीमती है, माला माल हो गया। So this is the message of Swami Vivekananda to the brilliant students particularly. Arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. Go forward, march forward. And for that, the books of Swami Vivekananda will be very helpful. One small book is coming to you, other books you purchase. Later on, if the opportunity presents, I would like to give you more books. Keep the photograph on a table that I have given to you, that we are going to give on behalf of Ramakrishna Mission Baroda. Keep that photograph for your ever inspiration. Once again, I thank Dhirubhai Ambani Foundation for giving me the opportunity of meeting you all. And once again, I congratulate them for taking up this noble endeavor, a very noble endeavor of not only taking up the service project, but particularly in the field of education, which is the most important field required for our national development, and for giving encouragement to all the students who have come. Once again, thanks to the organizers, congratulations to the students, thank you very much.